give you a little update on the whereabouts and what's going on. And I wanted to throw a little tantrum at the beginning. And I'm going to repeat what I said on the last one that did not come to fruition. But, you know, we're going to throw a little toddler tantrum because I did it again. I left all of my appointments for last minute. Yes, I did. I left it last minute. So now here I am trying to figure out how to get these last minute appointments together before I leave for my vacation. I'm going on my vacation, guys, this weekend. You probably won't see me for the next 2 weeks. She's going to be gone. I'm also catching up on all of my routines that I should have done from the beginning of last month. I should have scheduled. I did not schedule. I just came. They took blood. My veins be running away. I tell you, when they're taking my blood, it's like they know what's going on, and we play a lot of hide and seek, guys. So they stuck me in this arm, then they did it in this arm. They couldn't figure out what was going on, and at the end of the day, I got like probably 4 to 5 different little sticks before they could figure out where the vein was, and they pulled that blood. And let me tell you, I was traumatized because when I was younger, guys, I used to be very traumatized and scared of the needle. So I did a little ooh, you know, in there. You know, everybody looked around, they laughed, and I was about to cry. I was about to pop a little tear because I am traumatized for the needles. Yes, I know I had 2 kids and all that stuff, but I'm talking about little trauma that's still in the back of your head, guys, when you're doing physicals. So I was doing physical today. Thank God all went well right there. And, you know, now I'm heading back to my dentist's office. Like I told you guys, this is my 3rd round with this same dental doctor that can't get my teeth right. Hi, social media. Welcome in, sister. How are you? She said, have a lovely vacation, sis. Oh, thank you, sis. I so needed it. I'm telling you, I think I need a vacation from a vacation. So to update you guys in regards to my dental, right? So last week I said I'm going to knock out the dental so that way this week I can get the medical out, because I'm already, you know, I already hit that that birthday. Okay, so I normally get my physicals and all my stuff routines done before the birthday or right around the birthday, so that way after the birthday you're relaxing. So due to my young age, they want us to do all kind of testing. Okay, so I have to go and I have to call for one of the testings that they decided that they're going to have me doing. I think 3 different testing, and all of them sound strange. It sound like I'm scared, but you know what? We got to do it. So if you are already over 35-ish, just get ready to know that you're going to be doing a bunch of testings, and it's necessary. So get over the little feelings of anxiety that you normally get when you have to go into any type of testing, because if you know you're doing everything the right way and you're keeping up with your physical and your health, then you shouldn't have nothing to worry about. So that's what I'm saying to myself. Look at me talking to myself. Okay, I don't have nothing to worry about. I'm gonna go run in there and run right back out. So today they took blood testing from me and they couldn't find my vein. So, you know, the whole little lab office was trying to figure out where my vein was. They finally figured that out. They drew blood from me, and by the time we were done, guys, let me tell you, give me 1 second. Hi, social media, let me know if you guys can still hear me. I had to click out, click back in. I'm not sure, because anytime I do that, it's like it's trying to figure out itself. And I know the weather here is a lazy. I had to do that because I forgot I had DoorDash in the back. And normally when you have DoorDash and you're trying to have a conversation, DoorDash be trying to, you know, tell you to go pick up somebody's hamburger, and I didn't want to do that today. I want to just relax and chit chat with you guys for a few seconds to get you guys updated on what happened to me today. Okay, so I did the physical, they did the lab works. Now I'm heading to do the dental work. I am Gino P was on earlier, and he mentioned that they drill his teeth the same way. I think they're using a lot of these little new trainees that's training you in regards to, you know, the dental work, and definitely drilled too far down. I'm feeling that he drilled too much and shaved too much of my teeth as well, because right now, guys, I can tell you, I can feel every little, it's like throbbing. I can feel that all over my this side. It's two teeth right here, the upper teeth. So I'm thinking they probably messed around with something, tapped into something, and some nerve he messed up and did not seal correctly. So I'm going back to this dentist for the third time before my vacation. There's no sense of you going on vacation with teeth problems, you know. And by the way, you know what's so sad? I only had two bad teeth in my mouth. They were the bottom ones, okay? Because I used to chew a lot of sweets. I like candies, right? But I had good teeth. I still got good teeth. And that teeth here, they never had an issue. This doctor just created an issue that wasn't there, and then I filled my whole mouth with clear fillings, because I knew as you get older, your teeth start to, you know, cause a little bit of issue here and there. So what I wanted was, I wanted to make sure and X out all the extras and just focus on the teeth that did had issues, which was my two bottom teeth in the back, not the one on the top. So now I have to go. I think he created an issue that didn't need to be created. Listen, those dentists, you all got to be careful with them, because I feel like it's like you going into a mechanic shop to tell them your car is not turning on, and they end up putting holes in the tire just so you could buy a tire, when your problem was the ignition, not so much the tire. But then you come out with two problems. So I went in there to get a refill on my teeth, and whatever he did, he didn't do it right. Hi, Mythical. How are you, sister? So I threw a little tantrum about that a little bit earlier, but like I say, the internet was not acting correctly, and it was in and out. So I ended up just, you know, deleting that whole video, and now I'm coming on and I'm going to chit chat with you guys for a little bit. Hopefully you guys can hear me a little bit better. Hope all is well here, but I'm letting you guys Mythical, oh Mythical, I'm so sorry. Hopefully all goes well with your sisters. We'll keep your sisters in prayer. If you guys are just coming in, Mythical's sister is not feeling well. If you guys can put some prayers out for her sister, that would be great. I just finished up you know, with my doctor appointment, my labs. I'm heading to the dentist, Mythical. So hopefully all goes well. And then I get in there, and the lady, she was laughing. I made her laugh as always. You know, it's one thing when you go anywhere in life, make sure you leave a good impression, okay? Nobody want no sour face cat going in there all miserable, you know. No, if I'm around, you know, we're gonna smile, we're gonna joke, and not all the time, but most of the time, you know, you want people to feel good. So I went in there and I made sure the lady at the front desk, she laughed. She was like, "You're so hilarious." I'm like, "Listen," she said, "every time you come in here, you always leave a good impression." I was like, "Well, that's a good thing." You know, I'm glad that people can see that, you know, 99% of me is pretty cool. That 1%, I don't know her either. I don't like her either. You know, that 1% of me, not even me like her. Okay. So, but at the end, that 99, everybody is noticed. You know, I don't have to sell nothing. I am who I am, and people gonna love you just who you are. Or I don't have to pretend to be something that I'm not. I'm relaxed and comfortable in my own skin, and that's the best part of life, where you're not pretending. You don't have to do anything extra for nobody to like you. If you like me, you like me. If you don't like me, oh well, you're lost. Okay, that's just how life goes. And spew, Paulette be gone. She be gone. I ain't worried about if you like me or if you don't like me. So, but when I go anywhere, I'm going to leave the greatest impression that I can. I'm going to make sure I'm going to compliment individuals. I'm going to edify, uplift. I'm going to make you feel like, you know, I'm going to make you smile. And I'm going to let you know that you deserve nothing but the best. Okay? That's what you're going to get here. So, me, in regards to vacation, I ain't ready. I ain't ready at all. Hello, Brother John. How are you today? Hope all is well with you, and thank you for dropping by. I appreciate you. But I'm not ready, guys, to go on no vacation, because first of all, the suitcase is not even out. The clothes is right all, you know, Amazon keep coming in. Nordstrom keep coming in, and I have not mentally got to the position to even open up stuff, try on stuff. So what you see is what you get, okay? Those boxes, when they come in, I'm just gonna just throw them in the suitcase and we be gone. But for right now, I have not taken not one hiatus of time to put nothing together. And I'm to the point where I'm not worried about it either. You know, my hubby loves me just the way I am. And if I have the same nice little curtain dress on every day, he probably would say, well, babe, you know, don't you want to put on a different color? That's how silly he can be. And I'll be like, no, I like the red color, you know, and that's it. But it's no stress. So I ain't stressing. I'm telling you guys, though, I'm sleepy. I'm definitely sleepy. I'm a little bit extra tired. I did after my baptism, you know, you got a whole roller coaster of emotions. And once that emotion kick in, you know, you're like, okay, when am I going to get off of the high? I'm still on a high, guys. I go back and forth, you know, watching the videos and reminiscing. And like I shared with you guys, I think it was yesterday, in regards to the experience for my baptism, meeting the people from the truth of God, and just their presence around was so positive, and they were so humble. Oh my goodness. I've let me tell you, when I met Elder Jones and his wife Sabrina, I felt like I had met my auntie and uncles. You know, that type of environment, that type of aura was in the room. So humble, humility. They were just so like down to earth type of people, which, you know, you could have feel like they could have been your little uncle and auntie, and you always just just talking about God, and everybody was in unison together. That is how pure and comfortable they made everybody feel. And let me tell you, I was thinking about, you know, should I go or wait for Pastor to come to Honolulu? And just on that, I talked about it. I shared it with my husband, and he was like, well, if you want to go there, then go ahead. And I said, you know what, I'm going to go. I'm not going to wait, because Pastor is coming next year, which is, I don't know the dates yet, but I didn't want to wait until next year when I'm just like less than an hour away from the next island, and I could have fly out and be back in time to be with the family, you know. So I did that. I ended up flying out, you know, renting a car, ended up going to the location. Thank goodness, like I mentioned on my last video, that my friend went with me. But the experience was the beautifulest thing ever, when you have people around yourself with that mean well, and my sisters, all of them that had, and brothers, by the way, that, you know, was so encouraging, you know, to go ahead, you could do it, I can't wait, and they genuinely, you could feel the honesty when they're telling it to you. And let me tell you, I went up there, and I do not regret it. I think it was the best decision ever, and I made some good decisions in my life, you know. I know a lot of time people would be like, well, you know, well, Paulette, what is your thing? What do you talk about? What's your struggle? And I'm like, health and fitness, probably. I don't have stories like everybody, you know. Some people have stories and they're talking about what they've been through, and, you know, some folks have a lot that they can talk about. I don't have that lifestyle. I don't have that. Yeah, you know, like I told you all, I have to work on my little sharp tongue. You know, we all have the little feces in our worship that we got to work on. But I never, because I've been sheltered all my life with my family around, and like, you know, in that little sheltered little bubble, I didn't have those experiences. So I can't tell you guys, hey guys, you know, when I used to smoke back in the day, and you know, thank the Lord that I got over that. I never smoked. So I don't have that story. So you may not identify with me when it comes to, oh, well, she smoked, I smoke, so and she overcame, and we're going to do this together. And you could break it down with all these different steps on how you can overcome smoking, or not only smoking, maybe alcohol, or maybe, some people had a wild lifestyle, and everybody has their story, but that was not my story. My story was always about health and fitness. So when you come onto my channel, yes, I may talk a little bit in regards to, little bit of encouragement, little bit of, edification, inspiration, motivation, health, fitness, beauty, skincare, hair. I gotta talk to you guys in regards to the subjects and topics that I work with. Okay, I work with my skin when I used to have a whole lot of damaged skin, and how I overcame that. That's what I want to share. Show you guys how to make things from the scratch to and it works. The do-it-yourself methods. And when it comes to hair, what products did I use? Well, I can talk all day about hair and the products that I used that worked and didn't work, and it's so much stuff you could talk about those subjects. But I don't have all the extra, dramatized subjects for you guys, because I didn't have that lifestyle. That was not my lifestyle. And sometimes it's a little bit, or like, I don't share a lot, because people can't identify with, what do you mean you never smoke? What? You never smoke, Paulette? Not even a little cigarette? No, I never smoke, so I don't identify with you. I'm sorry. But I'm not apologizing for not doing stuff and being rebellious at a young age. I don't have to apologize. I would never apologize for that. That was just my upbringing. And not to say that everybody else didn't have different upbringing, but that I only could speak on behalf of my upbringing. And in my upbringing, we didn't have time to do all that. We were in church 24/7. It was probably, a different church from the first church that I currently is a part of. But that was just my story. So my story is a little dry, and I don't have all the nice excitement stuff for you guys. Definitely when it comes to outdoor nature, when it comes to working out, even though you all may not notice that I be working out real good, that's the stories that I can share with you guys. When it comes to fashion, I have not posted in a long time when it comes to fashion, because like anything, you start out with one thing. When I was in fall, so before January, I had a lot of fashion stuff on my channel. I had to rerun my channel, take off a few things from my channel that I used to wearing of the pants out there. But what the material that I used to have, I used to do tea time talk, all that out, all of my juicing that I used to do. I clean all the videos out because I didn't want to pay videos with one or two more videos on my channel that may look a little bit, but just look at the time zone so you all can see, oh, this has been like 5-6 years ago. But sometimes you would leave certain on there, but just know that this year was when I started to clean out and declog the feces within the worship, and that's why you're not seeing as much on there yet, because I deleted a whole lot of videos that I had prior, trying to clean up my act, my little holiness walk act. I'm trying to work on getting the best things out there so that way it can be beneficial to others as well. But like I mentioned prior, I don't have that intense background and story. Okay, so I'm not apologizing for it either. It's just was that I only could share my story, and my story was not intense like that. I didn't have, I raised up with ma and pa, and mom and dad was always available, plus grandma and grandpa was always there. Had a lot of good in life growing up, and now that I'm married with my husband, we're going on 23 years of marriage and 2 kids. The scenario is similar. Do we see as a married couple eye to eye every day? No. I see one way, sometimes he sees the other way. And grown-ups and mature individuals, you'll get to the point where you're going to start have a conversation and you will meet halfway, and life going to keep moving on, because he probably feel a certain way in one thing, I feel the other way. And once in a while, yes, we do, we other guys, and it's a lifetime experience. So you're going to grow with the person, you're going to learn each other individual, and you'll be able to learn from it. I can't wait to marriage. And I'm like, are you all available? And you're putting attention and knowing that not just when you get married, meaning that that individual is going to be cookie cutter just how you want them, and vice versa, because there's things that that person is already used to. I told you all prior, when I got married, I was used to like 20-30 pairs of shoes. And when I married my husband as a single girl, and I married my husband, he had a brown, black, his boots, military boots, and he had some tennis shoes and some slippers. That 5. I'm coming from each color: red, pink, purple. I had all the color shoes and purse that you could think of, because of whatever I put on, everything had to match. But then you get to the point where you're dealing with individuals that, they're not used to that. So we have to meet halfway. So when it comes to marriage, you're going to have to bite your tongue a little bit sometimes, or you're going to have to meet halfway, so that way you can have a peaceful home and you can grow together and try and work on that situation, on that process. Hello, Sister Mercy. How are you? Hope all is well. Welcome in. I was just updating everybody on, my little toddler tantrum of leaving everything last minute, and then when it get overwhelmed, you just throw a tantrum. You know how those little toddlers are when they want to go to sleep. They need to go to sleep, and because they're tired, but then at the end of the day, they're doing whatever they feel like they want to do. So that's where we're at right now. I was just sharing with you guys in regards to that portion, and then we just move on. We switch subject a little bit, because we're just talking about marriage, and is everything always perfect? No. Certain things, sometimes I may have a strong stance, hubby may have a strong stance, and we just figure it out together, meet each other halfway. It's not that I'm going to say I want a divorce, because you can't get divorced. You're married for life, so you got to figure it out, right? So that's one thing. And then once you figure out how to deal with each other and everybody know where each other stand, it just works through. Sometimes you may want to change the kitchen, maybe the color. I have white counters, and maybe eventually you want to change. No, I my counters is that brown with different little thing in it. So maybe no, I don't want a divorce. No. No, I was taught big smart live. I don't want a divorce. I ain't never getting a divorce. No, I was giving the example of sometimes when a married couple don't see eye to eye, sometimes people just give up, and they'll be like, I want a divorce, or I want, people just not happy with themselves. So they feel like disagreements, they tend to go extreme by saying, I want a divorce. And because in society it's okay for you to go and marry about 2 million times, that's the first thing people throw up in a couple marriage. I just want to get rid of you because you don't see eye to eye, instead of having mature conversations, talking it over and meeting halfway. So that's what I was saying. No problem, big smart. No worries. I just wanted to make sure. I was like, no, I ain't getting no divorce. So actually, in holiness, I can't get a divorce. I could separate, and if I divorce, I probably can't get a divorce, but I can't remarry until my spouse just go bye-bye. And I don't want to wish ill on nobody. So I guess you know, you either stay or you leave. But if you leave, you can't start over with somebody new. So you decide what you want to do when it comes to holding it. But I'm not getting a divorce. We're going on 23 years of happily marriage. I was letting everybody know that I'm going on vacation on this weekend, just in case you all don't get to see me. If you all don't get to see me, then you all know that there's no signal on the ocean. Okay, so as soon as the closest I can get to a signal, then I'll contact you guys and probably show you guys a little bit of the area. Big Smart Live, welcome in, Big Smart Live. I appreciate you being here. She said, I am scared of marriage. Don't be scared of marriage. Let me tell you, marriage is definitely not for no cowards. Okay, don't be coward and scared of marriage. Okay, it's beauty in marriage. I would not change my husband for nothing in the world. He was the best thing next to sliced bread. Okay, I'm definitely appreciate and I'm glad that I got the opportunity to marry, especially the right person. So if you find the right person, Big Smart, go ahead. Why not? Give it a chance. And he's the right person for you, or she, you go ahead and you get married. Married is a beautiful thing. Now, the problem that most people see when they see marriage, they're thinking that, okay, well, that's it. We married now. It don't work like that. It's a daily job. Every day you have to grow with your marriage. Every day. Every day you're gonna add a little bit value. Sometimes you have to die, meaning you're going to sacrifice for certain things, and sometimes he has to die and he's going to sacrifice for certain things. I'm going to be honest with you, my husband at this point in time, he does a lot of sacrifice. I mean, my friends, they'll be like, oh my God, Paulette, what do you mean? You can go to the gym, you could do this, you don't have to do nothing, he does everything. Yes, because sometimes when he was working and before he retired, I was the one covering the whole house. So now that we got to the point where, okay, he's retired now, he said, no worries, honey, I see what you used to go through, now let me do it. So he's the one that's out there, you know, making sure that everything is taken care of. He is the teacher. We homeschool the kid, our daughter. So he's the teacher. He is the housemaid, if you want to call it like that. When I say housemaid, meaning that, you know, he makes sure the children, delegating the kids to do their chores. Anything around the house that need to be done, he's the handyman. Listen, I love my husband. You know, 23 years happily married, and he decided he wanted to take over and give me a break. Well, yeah, I deserve it too, okay? But that's how marriage is. You're going to have your good days, you're going to have your bad days, and in God, believing in God, yes, believing in God, you're going to find the right person. And you know, if you go farther around, Big Smart, I did share my Boaz story, how I met my Boaz, and that in there I share a lot of information in that video, how I met my Boaz, so that way people would know that things don't just happen. You have to pray. You got to continuously stay prayed up. You got to pray for what you want and allow God to activate. And that's what happened with me when I met my husband. She married, said, I'm scared of marriage. No, she said, but I trust and believe in God. Yes, you trust and believe in God. It took me, and I'm going to give you a little information. It took me like over a year, and I prayed for him for a whole year. I didn't know who he was at the time, and he found me. So it's he gonna find you. You just have to have enough faith and pray. I love God to activate. You got to put the work in though, you know. But I prayed for him. I didn't find him. He find me. Is the man find the woman is a good thing. You're not going to see where the woman had to find the man. So make sure that you're all not jumping ahead of the cart, you know. Let him find you, but in the meantime, make sure you're praying and praying for the Lord to take away all of the extra, you know, non options away, okay? Those that just want to come in and troll. We don't want no trolls up in here. But yeah, 23 years. And thank you, Big Smart. What's your real name, Big Smart? Um, Sister Mercy say amen. I'm going to go to the mailbox. I'll be right back, guys. Give me 1 second. I got to pick up the mail. Alrighty, don't go nowhere. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I just came back, and guess what? I got a mail. I think that, oh, this is my dress. Look at this. I just picked up another mail from my Amazon that I ordered, because I'm ordering all my dresses, and this is the color guide. Let's see how it looks. I want to see how it feels, because sometimes on Amazon, they can tell you one thing, and guys, when you feel that dress, okay, don't feel bad. Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. So it's out of the little flowers. I like this. Look at the little blue color. Y'all know me in blue. So this is my little blue color here. Okay. So dress came in already, and she gonna be, I need to put them together now and put it in a suitcase so I can be ready. I guess you love driving. You know, I enjoy driving. Big Smart. Big Smart, what's your name again, or your real name? Big Smart, should I just say Big Smart? Or you have a name? I like driving to an extent. Like I can do 2 to 3, my normal routine, Big Smart. Cause you drive a lot. Yes, I do. I do Lyft, Big Smart. So sometimes what happens to me is, in the morning, my goal is fitness. So I'm getting up, I'm going to the gym. And on the way to the gym, I'll do 2, maybe 3 to 5 deliveries or drives. And then after the gym, I'll do another 2 to 5 deliveries on the way home. So when I leave my house, I'm getting paid. I don't just leave my house and be empty-handed. I'm getting some money, okay? So that's the thought process that I do have. Everywhere I go, if I'm going there, I leave out a little bit earlier. And then that hubby is definitely waiting. Call me. But like Big Smart, that's how we do it. Okay. That's how we do it. So I just pulled up in front of the house. Where is my hubby? Sorry about that. Well, I just got in front of my house, and hubby's calling me because he probably thought that, I don't know what he's thinking, but I'm home now and he's not home with my daughter. So I just wanted to let you guys, I'm gonna say bye-bye because I gotta make that call because hubby's calling me now, and I don't know what he really wants. But at the end of the day, let's see. Sister Mercy say, Big Smart said, because you drive a lot. Yes, 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 Smart. Wow, that's lovely. Yes, I do push-ups every day. Push-up is good. I need push-up, but you know, I already have these wide shoulders, and I need to like probably chisel off a little bit of extra weight in order to get these push-ups in order. I can get down the right way, but right now I'm working on it. I like push-ups because it helps form the upper body sometimes, you know. Now I understand. You say, okay, good, and feel free, Big Smart. I mean, ask questions, you know. Most of the time, like today, it's just a normal conversation. I like my Sunday sit downs. I like to do those sometimes, and most of the time on Tuesdays and Thursdays, you're gonna find me here. You say I can do 40 push-up nonstop. Oh my gosh, you so strong. I can't do those. Okay, I need to practice. But in due time, Paulette will be doing 40. Anyway, guys, I love you. I'm in front of my house. I gotta go. Big Smart, thank you for joining Life with Paulette. I appreciate you for being here. We normally come on Tuesday, Thursdays, and Sundays. However, I'm going on vacation this weekend, so if you all don't see me, come on next week. You already know she on the ocean somewhere without no signal, okay? And as soon as I get some signal, I'll be calling y'all and touching bases with you, okay? Oh, thank you. Thank you. I try to, I got to cut them down a little bit, but, that's how we do it here. But I love every once in a while too, Big Smart, for the nails. I'll go into the salon and have them, I'll pay for it. Let them do it, because sometimes I don't have any time and energy, but I let them do it. But in the meantime, guys, y'all have a great day. I'll see y'all tomorrow. We're going to be talking tomorrow's Thursday. Y'all know it's tomorrow, and we're going to give you all some updates. If I don't come on live, I'm going to post something for you guys, okay? You can do vlogs on your vacation. Yes, that's what I'm planning to do. Hopefully we can get it all together and my phone can capture some stuff, okay? But at the end of the day, guys, I just want y'all to know, y'all take care, take it easy. Love you guys, and I'll see you on the next time. Deuces. Bye.